Because it's a spooky episode!
Yes, spooky!
Should we start? Should we start? Okay, we sound good. Should we start? Can you hear me?
Mic
What
check,
if I talk,
1, 2,
what
1,
if,
2.
What if I talk like this low? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, what if I talk like this high?
I can definitely hear you.
Okay.
You want to say it for me? Do you want to do it?
Yes.
Do it.
Hey guys, welcome to Moe Convo. That felt good. That felt really good.
You did so good. You did so good. So this week we've got Sara.
Hi.
Too fresh.
Ooh.
In the building.
Ooh.
We actually met at work.
Yes.
Best thing about that job.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. The best thing.
I remember because I came back, I had just come back from Wakarusa.
Yes.
And I was feeling all happy and still in my
Yes.
festy mood. And you had that polka dot dress on that you hated.
Yes. Those business clothes, I am just not with it.
Casual all day.
All day.
As we sit here in leggings and sweatpants.
Yeah.
Hey, if we're going to be scared this week, we're going to be comfy.
I'm going to be in oversized clothes so I can hide in them if I need to.
Yeah, because guys, we're going to watch a scary movie after this.
Yee.
The only person I watch scary movies with is you.
Yes.
Because I'm such a wuss.
Right.
Sarah goes to Halloween Horror Nights and all the scary movies and the Warehouse 31.
It gives me life.
All that crazy shit that I refuse to go to. She tries.
I do. I say I will hold her hand. I will hold your hand.
I will take off running with your arm.
Just drag me along then, I guess. Drag me through the house. At least I get to the end.
No, we're going to be like those people in the pictures where it's like you shove the scared person in front and it's like, I'm like looking all kinds of ridiculous and you're pointing and
I'm
laughing
like,
at me.
peace signing. What up, y'all?
But Sara is also in a local cover band.
I am.
Tell them a little bit about Neon Whiskey.
Yeah, so our band is Neon Whiskey. We play all over Jacksonville. We play all over St. Augustine, Florida. We get out to Crescent City, Florida. That's about it. We're pretty Florida based.
Yeah.
We're trying to get out there to play other places, but we play country covers, a little bit of rock and roll, a lot of country. You know, doing our thing.
I only go to those shows because I love you.
I know.
Because those people at home don't totally know yet. But
Right.
I am not a country person.
Morgan does not like country.
I used to like country. Once upon a time. I had a Jeep. I wore the Southern, it's not Southern Comfort, what is it? It's like the Dixie Outfitter shirt.
Oh my God. I was just talking about this the other day, how I had... Okay, guys. I sing in a country band. I enjoy country music. I do. But I think I'm more of the sound than the lifestyle. However, I used to go through phases, and I had a belt buckle with a rebel flag behind it that said redneck. And I wore it with my Dixie Outfitter shirt, and I thought I was badass.
Girl,
And
me too.
I regret all my life.
I see, we all went through the phases, but whenever I went through my country girl phase, I did not have a belt buckle.
Right. I
No
like
belt
to do
buckles.
things extreme. It's balls to the wall or not at all. So,
Yeah. I like that.
theme song. I mean, not theme song. I guess I could make a song.
Morgan, write that down. Actually, I have somewhere those lyrics that we were writing.
Uh-huh.
It was and it was when you were talking about Jalen.
Oh, God.
So that happened.
We have a lot of these little one-liners that we just need to put into a badass song.
Yeah, we need to put them into motion.
Yeah.
Preferably not a country song.
Right.
Because that's scary. I'm just kidding. It's a scary episode, so we're going to stick with them scary.
I'm gonna sneak a little, I don't know, some headphones somewhere right under her pillow, and in the vague distance you'll hear some ding ding ding.
Oh my God. That's one way to scare the shit out of me.
It's Halloween.
Don't make me use this.
So, can I spark?
Yep. Speaking of sparking, what are you sparking up today, Sara?
Okay, so I was told to bring my favorite cigar. So I brought Your Finest Cigarello, made by Game, and I actually filled it myself.
Oh my God, you're
So,
talented.
this is my new hobby. It's not really new, but I'm getting really good at filling my own cigars with delicious treats, if you will. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
So this is my goodie blanket.
Your silly stick?
My silly stick. My Goody Blanket silly stick.
I like it.
Made by moi.
By yours truly.
Mm-mm.
And then I'm having this is one that Alex brought over for me, but it's a punch. I think it's London is what it said because it just says LNDN. So it's either Punch London Club or Punch Landon Club.
So she said punch, and I was like, oh my god, a fruit punch, like, flavored cigar. And she's like, no, Sarah. See, I know nothing.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's the whole fun in this. I haven't been smoking cigars long, and I typically get the ones that are flavored. Mm-hmm. So, I've had bourbon vanilla, I've had Irish cream and white chocolate, mm-hmm. I've had a golden honey one. So, I typically go for the flavors, mm-hmm. but today I did not have time to stop and get myself a flavored mm-hmm. one, so I figured I would dive in to the awesome humidor that Alex brought over for me. Doesn't it look like a treasure chest?
Yeah.
I love it. So, thank you, Alex. It is delicious.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex. We should also say hi to moms. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. You saint of a woman. I love you.
And BRB, if you're wondering where we're at. Mm-hmm. We're at the house. We're in the studio.
We're here.
Yes. Living the dream. So we're sparking up.
Yes.
You got a silly stick.
Yes.
I got a cigar.
Yes.
What you drinking?
I am drinking your finest 1800 Barefoot Moscato. The price has gone significantly down.
Oh, good.
But it's still your finest Moscato.
Hey.
And you're drinking?
A Yellowtail Shiraz, my favorite, out of my new Hocus Pocus glass.
But what are you also drinking?
I'm also, my Inner Post Malone came out, and I've got a Bud Light. Okay, guys, here's what happened. I got home, it's Tuesday night. So,
Booze Day, baby.
Hey! But we have been struggling all week to kind of get this going.
For 2 weeks, really. Because last week,
mm-hmm.
rolled into this week, but here we are.
Yeah, we made it. We made it.
We made it.
But we've also made it with a plethora of alcohol.
Yay.
And silly sticks. And cigars. And
Sometimes.
spooky stories.
Wow! That's all you need to get you through.
Yes, we're going to be just fine. So, as you guys now know, the episode is about spooky stories.
Woohoo!
And since we are a music podcast, or as my friend says, we're a blogcast because it's also a blog.
Oh, yeah.
So, I chose to pick celebrities who have had ghostly encounters.
Uh-huh.
Since it's Halloween, and the only person I can talk about scary shit with is you and Erica far away. Hi, Erica!
We miss you.
I miss Erica so much. But yeah, so the only person I can get to watch me
can get you to watch some scary movies.
Me. What you said. Which I'm terrified for tonight. I'm so nervous. I saw like the cover of it and I was like, oh god. We're gonna watch that Truth or Dare movie because I love Lucy Hale, but I'm also scared.
Side note, it has 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. However, I still feel like Morgan is going to hide her eyes. Just wanted to get that disclaimer out there.
I'm going to pull an Adam. If y'all listened to last episode, Adam is like, I bring a blanket with me to the movie theater. Smart man. I told him I bring wine because that helps. Is it
because he's cold?
That's what he claims. It's because it's cold. But Alex called him out and said, no, bitch, it's because you scared.
Oh, you scared.
Gotta love Alex.
It's okay.
He'll just tell you how
Keeping it real. Yep. Keeping it
Gotta
real.
love it. I need before we get started, I need a sip of this wine and
Me too.
a drag off this cigar. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ting. I love your glass too. My mom got me that from the dollar store. Y'all, it's this really cool glass. We'll post a picture of our wine glasses.
Yes.
But it's got like the creepy hand that's like holding the wine glass up. It's really cool.
It's beautiful.
Dollar store, baby.
Ay.
We are cheap and classy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't need to know where we got our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my finest wine. You don't need to know.
Yeah, it's a spooky pimp cup. I like it.
Yes.
I like it. So, shall we dive into some celebrities who are quote-unquote haunted?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
I can't wait.
So, a lot of them were a lot of the same story over and over again, and they don't really go into many details. If you guys like spooky stories, if you guys have a spooky story, email me, and I'll share them with Sarah, and maybe we'll do a part 2 of spooky stories, and maybe of, like, people who have had ghostly encounters or whatever.
Make them as scary as possible. And to be quite honest, I don't even care if you make it up. I just want to read a scary story that you come with. Don't tell me you made it up. I'm going to believe that it's true.
Okay.
But I want it to scare me because it's obviously going to scare Morgan first.
Yes. And remember,
but you're going to scare me.
But I'm going to have to read them first. So if you really
terrify her.
If you really want to scare the shit out of someone this week, just email me. It's fine.
Perfect.
So
that's the season.
Okay. That it is. The best time of year. The best time of year. So there are actually a lot of popular people like that you hear about all the time that are pretty haunted. And they go on TV shows like Jimmy Kimmel and Conan and all this crazy shit and talk about their ghost stories. Because I know a lot of people believe, don't believe, you know, it's, everyone has their own, you know, their own opinion.
Totally.
And I mean, I'm a believer, 1000%. Sarah experienced the ghost.
Oh my god.
We'll get to that a little later. But I was in the room and I had no idea what was happening. So, I mean, we'll get to that a little bit later when we talk about festies and all that crazy shit. But for now, we're going to talk about people like Katy Perry.
Oh.
Okay. So, Katy Perry's ghost story, which, guys, I got these all off the internet. I'm going to go with it. They're true. If they're not, please don't.
We just want to believe things.
Yeah,
so
please don't at me. I'm just living
Do
my
not
life.
at her, or I will come at you.
I'm just trying to live my best life, my best spooky life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let her.
So, Katy Perry
was
pumping herself up, getting ready for a perfume commercial. And she was in Beverly Hills, which they say Los Angeles and Beverly Hills and California is all really haunted, which I've never been to California, so I don't.
If I was a ghost, I would want to live there, so maybe they just travel to LA
like,
and haunt the pretty
Hills.
people.
Yes! I mean, if you had to stare at someone for eternity, might as well pick someone famous or someone pretty.
Yeah. Cool, having a nice life.
But yeah, so she was in this master suite of a home in Beverly Hills, trying to get herself pumped up, like kind of sitting in the room alone, waiting for them to call her to come out and shoot this commercial. Well, she was peering into the mirror, most likely, you know, giving herself pep talk, and she claims to have seen a man with a distinct mustache looking back at her in the mirror. She allegedly raced from the room screaming, and though her friends tried to calm her down, she refused to stay in the house any longer.
Oh.
I mean, whenever I read this, what perfume commercial was she ever in? Did she even finish? Like, did she ever do the perfume commercial? Was it her own perfume? Because I know she does stuff with CoverGirl.
We need to find that out.
Yeah. And I just think it's funny that she was in Beverly Hills because was she singing into the mirror like, California girls are tonight?
I can only hope that is what she was singing.
Or was she like cursing Taylor Swift's name and that's when the man came in and was like, Team Swiftie.
Oh.
Am I right?
Maybe Taylor Swift sent this ghost to her because I feel like she has that kind of power. Illuminati, sign me up.
You can at me.
So, at me, Illuminati, Oh my god. But yeah, so maybe that's what happened. But that's so interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Maybe she was also singing, do you ever feel like a plastic bag
drifting through the wind, staring
and he was
into
like,
mirrors.
bitch, that song sucks, so stop singing before I really haunt you for eternity. And maybe now she doesn't do that song anymore.
Maybe it was the ghost of Left Shark being like, why did you do this to me?
Yes. Totally in disguise with a mustache. Because, I'm sorry, mustaches are disguises. Always.
1000%.
What are you hiding under there?
Especially the curly one.
Why can't I see your lip? I need to see it.
I need to see your upper lip immediately. It is criteria for getting into Sarah's
just
side.
the mustache? Like, why wouldn't you commit to the whole beard?
I mean, if it were me, it'd probably be laziness. Let's be real.
But, like, imagine maintaining that mustache. Oh my god, why are we talking about mustaches?
That's true. Because
we go off on tangents, guys.
Oh, yeah. We're keeping that in.
Yes. Mustache tangent.
Does anyone know what's going on with Demi Lovato? I haven't really heard anything. Is she dead? Is she a ghost now, too? Is she a ghost? Is she?
She said, is she dead?
I mean, is she?
Probably her career is dead, but she's definitely alive and kicking.
R.I.P. to your career.
R.I.P. to your career. I'm very sorry for your addiction issues.
Yes. No, that is sad. And we don't mean to joke about it.
That was funny, though. But yes, I mean, I hope she's getting well in rehab somewhere and she can bounce back. But is she haunted?
She is. And she has actually been haunted for a very long time.
Oh my god. Well, that could be a cause to her problems.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Because, like we said, we're believers. So,
that shit can affect you.
Well, I know that sometimes they'll lay dormant for a long time and then they'll just kind of come back and appear and whatever. Like, that's what someone else on here that is haunted, and that shit does not surprise me at all either.
Oh.
So, we'll get to that. Let's get back to Demi Lovato, who is, what we found out, not dead.
Not dead, still alive and kicking.
Yes, you go, girl.
Go, girl.
You can beat it. You can do it. But she's actually revealed in BuzzFeed and on Mac at Night. I've never heard of it.
What's that?
I don't know. But there was a link that I didn't click on. But we're going to move on.
That I didn't
I didn't. I was like, okay, Mac and I, whatever. BuzzFeed's good enough for me. That's why I'm like, these may be real. If they're not, you can at BuzzFeed. I don't know.
Shout out to BuzzFeed sponsor Moe Convo.
Yes, please. Also, please go to my Patreon page.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/Moe Convo. Thank you. Thanks, Mom, for your donation.
I'm crying.
But, okay, Demi.
Mm-hmm.
Demi. She apparently grew up in a quote-unquote ridiculously haunted house in Texas, has gone ghost hunting, and totally believes in the spirit-natural. That Bud Light and that wine is really kicking in.
That's
Hold
a
on.
real word.
I guess I'll switch and take a sip of my Bud Light.
Okay.
Posty.
Mm-hmm. Post Malone sponsor Moe Convo. Man, I'm really gonna try to plug you to these people. They need to sponsor you.
I just wanna meet Post Malone so bad. I just want a good dirty hug. I could use
It's so wild that he came to Jack's Beach after he played here, and he got on stage with Split Tone, which is also a local band in Jack's Beach.
They're good.
They're great. They're awesome, great musicians. But he got on stage at Lynch's Irish Pub and sang a song with them. And I'm like, you awesome man.
He's cool, and he's so good to his fans. Like, I watched that Bud Light live Facebook thing. The one girl was like, oh my god, can I have your Bud Light can? Like, as I guess a souvenir or whatever. It's a weird thing to ask for. I'd be like, can I have your babies? Like, that's an excellent souvenir.
Balls to the wall or not at all. Exhibit 500. Like, what? Yes.
But yeah, he was like given... Anyway, okay, let's get back to poor Demi Lovato.
I'm sorry, Demi.
Okay, Demi Lovato grew up in a ridiculously haunted house in Texas, goes ghost hunting, and totally believes in supernatural and ghosts. She claims to have seen her first ghost when she was only 8 years old. She says, I saw a little girl. She was dressed like she was from the 1800s and was standing in my closet. Demi thought that she was just an imaginary friend and gave her the name Emily. Well, it turns out that Emily wasn't just an imaginary friend. She was a benevolent ghost, which means kind, because I was like, I know I hear the word benevolent, but I don't know what that means. So I Googled it. She even had a medium and ghost hunters come into the house to investigate, I guess when she got old enough to be like, Mom, yo, come, have people come check this out. And they both told her the same name. Emily, and even caught footage of orbs flying in the air in their investigation. Snap. So here are some of her stories and her accounts. There were so many times that I saw her, Emily, when I was growing up. I saw her in my closet one time when I was 3 years old. It says 8. BuzzFeed. When I was 3 years old, and my mom caught me talking to something by myself. She asked, who are you talking to? And I said, it's my best friend, Emily. She's playful. She's probably around 11 or 12, maybe younger. Then, as she got older, one of my friends, Tucker, came over one time, and he asked, so, your house is haunted, right? And she said, yeah, just watch. Something will happen. Something always happens. So we started to watch a movie when all of a sudden, the laptop in my kitchen started to play a movie also. It was a black screen before, so it was just a question of who turned it on and hit play. After that, Tucker texted a friend saying, I think this house is actually haunted. A movie just turned on by itself. And there was a quote-unquote glitch in his phone that kept texting him back the word definitely over and over again. This happened about 30 times.
I have a little chillage. 30 times.
Well, for it to be like, definitely. And that's it. Definitely.
No.
That's hard to say a million times over. But yeah, so the last one, there was another time when my uncle was in the living room watching TV and a balloon came down the stairs and turned around on the banister. I have crazy footage of this, of just orbs flying through the air. It's crazy stuff. So, do you think Demi Lovato's house was haunted? Because I'm going to go with the it balloon coming down the stairs. Definitely.
I think her house was haunted. I think she's suffering from PTSD and is finding escapes after being traumatized in a house. Yeah, same.
Or, as the ghost says, definitely.
Now, anytime someone says definitely, would be scared.
I'm going to text you at like 3 a.m. Definitely. Oh! Girl, you know I'm not going to be up at 3 a.m.
And she would not do that because she knows payback would be terrible.
Oh. No.
It would be too easy.
You made me watch It Follows. That is your punishment.
It Follows. Everybody go watch that movie. It is insane.
Horrible. It's horrible, and it has the worst synthy music.
She can't deal with the score. I have it downloaded on iTunes.
No,
I'm just kidding.
don't.
No, I don't. The score is just... And a lot of people like that score. Like,
I know. Well, because a lot of people like the Stranger Things, like the sympathy.
yeah, they really like to listen to that. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my thing. I'm not really into it. And
Me neither.
It's definitely annoying throughout the movie. But, you know, some people really enjoy that.
Yeah. And honestly, y'all, please don't be mad at me, but I still have not watched Stranger Things.
Oh my God, Morgan.
I know.
We started it together, and she was like cooking, and she does this often. She'll start to watch something, but then she'll be so into cooking. By the way, she can cook amazingly. But she'll be so into it, and then she'll be like, what happened? I swear, what was it?
3 episodes later?
No. What movie did we have to rewind a million times? Girl on a Train. She's cooking, I'm watching, quote unquote, and I am not following. And she's like, what just happened? I said, I don't know, let's rewind it. We rewinded. Like, granted, we did have some silly sticks.
Yes.
But we rewound that movie.
It had to be at least 3 times.
I'm thinking more like 5 times.
And then, y'all, I re-rented it so I could actually watch it. Because by the time we actually started, like, catching on and paying attention,
I had missed things
it was,
already.
like, halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Y'all, we got problems.
That was But anyway, back to Stranger Things, she really needs to watch it because I finished it without her, but I needed to. And when you watch it, you're gonna know.
I know. I mean, everyone talks about it, and I just went to that Halloween store, and they have a whole Stranger Things section, like, because I love the idea with, like, the lights and the letters and stuff.
So cool.
I do love that. I really do. But I also was just like, I don't know what any of this is, just because I haven't watched it. But, I mean, I did buy you a Ouija board for Christmas one year. We'll get into that shit, too. So, you want to hear about some more people that are haunted? Okay.
Are there any males?
Yeah, but we're going to get to them in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The next one is another female.
Okay.
Someone that I like. It's Miley.
Miley, my girl! Tell me about her.
I mean, because we all know she's kind of crazy.
She's a little crazy.
But she's kind of awesome.
But she's super, like, in tune to many things,
like, even though she was crazy, she was always intelligent.
She's woke.
It wasn't that she was...
Urban Dictionary, woke AF. And that would be Miley Cyrus.
But anyway, she did an interview for Elle UK. And she explained that while living in her flat in London in 2009 during her European tour, she experienced something truly mind-boggling. 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 Y'all, I swear, I'm just going to keep drinking this. I'm going to keep alternating between Bud Light and wine. Just don't judge me.
I like it. Do your thing, yeah.
So, this is how she explains her account. It was seriously so terrifying. I was having really crazy dreams and really scary things were happening. And I found out it used to be an old bakery and they turned it into an apartment building. And I was, of course, having these really crazy dreams and scary things were happening. And then one night, my little sister, and it sounds so crazy to tell you, guys, this is all in quotes, but she was standing in the shower and all of a sudden I hear her scream. I run in there and the water had somehow flipped to its absolute hottest.
Oh no.
It wasn't like the water had just changed. The knob had turned, but she hadn't turned it herself and it was burning her and she was bright red.
Wow.
Before this, I had just felt things and I thought I had seen a little boy sitting on the sink watching me take a shower. So I felt, of course, really freaked out. I was sitting there and the next night, and maybe I'm crazy. Miley, you crazy, but we still love you. But I could have sworn I could see this little boy sitting there in the sink just kicking his feet. My mom was getting really mad that we were looking into it because she thought it was going to scare Noah, which I'm not sure who Noah is.
Noah's her sister.
Okay.
She's also a musician. Check out her music. It's kind of dope.
Oh, I didn't know that. Learning things on Moe Convo. Welcome. So then my aunt, who we really hadn't told anything about this to, comes in and she starts freaking out. She's like, I had no idea what happened, but I left the apartment and I came back and all of the doors and windows were open. And I know I locked the apartment. I'm like, tell my mom she doesn't believe that anything is happening in this apartment. So she told her, and I'm like, Mom, see, I'm not making this shit up. 3 or 4 more things happened after that. I won't get into it, but I will never, ever stay there ever again. After we started looking into it, we found out that this guy and his son, the guy, of course, had owned the bakery. It was one of these where the dad owns it and the son works there, hangs out there. So he was an older gentleman that owned it and his son lived there with him. And I guess the wife died or something. She had gotten sick. So it was just the son and the dad that lived there at the bakery. And then the dad died and the son took over the bakery. And I thought I was seeing the son. I'm not even kidding. I had to move. This is no lie, and I will never, ever stay there again. So, I mean, Miley Cyrus be crazy, but if you can scare her, you're doing, I mean.
I think so, yeah. I don't think she scares
scary.
easily.
I don't see her scaring.
She's like a tough chick. She probably.
Could you imagine being like scolded and not doing anything to it?
No.
Because you're already so vulnerable in the shower anyway.
I always think a monster's gonna come get me.
That, or I always do like the check.
Yeah.
And then whenever you see scary movies,
yeah,
it's always someone in the fucking shower.
Yeah,
or it's
scary.
It's like always check behind the shower curtain, and you always have to pull it incredibly fast. You know, you're like yank. Miley, if you survive that, you good girl.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe that shook her out of her craziness. But.
Yeah, she's back to normal now, I think.
And I've seen that she's been doing like a lot of like good deeds lately and stuff too, which I love. She
gives back.
Yeah, which
I think just had to have a little loud moment. We
I
all
mean,
do. She was young. I mean, she's young.
Yeah.
Now, that was her like 21 phase.
I don't know how I survived my wild party phase.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And if I was in the public eye like that,
especially since being so young too. I mean, because I know that you're in like Jacksonville's public eye. You know, like whenever you go and people go and they're like, "Oh, I saw you here and I saw you there."
Yeah, I have to be very careful about what I do.
But
am I? No. If you see me doing some wild shit, just chalk it up to being Sarah Too Fresh.
That or just
I don't know what to say.
Come join me.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be crazy together.
Yeah.
Like,
the more the merrier.
Like Paul says, you could be trash, I could be trash, let's
be trash together. That was my wallpaper on my phone for a long time.
Oh, was it really?
Yes. Let's be trash together.
We actually saw Paul at
oh my God.
Voodoo Festival last year, and Sarah didn't even want to say hi.
I literally blacked out and was about to faint and was not in my body when I was talking to him, and that has never happened. Because I will not lie, I've done a lot of meet and greets with people. Like if we win stuff on the radio, we can meet artists, and all we did he was walking by, and Morgan's like, "Is that Paul?" And I'm like, "Who?" Because I really didn't believe that it was him, and then when it was, and he's standing in front of us, I'm like, oh my God.
No,
I'm not even gonna tell you guys what I said because
you don't know.
My mama might be listening, and B, I also don't know.
Well, like, because I was like, oh, that's Paul, because we had found out that he was most likely in New Orleans that weekend.
Oh, no, we knew he was in New Orleans. Yes, he was tweeting about it.
And then I looked over and I was like, oh my God, that looks like Paul. And before Sarah could be like, I don't want to go, I was already, like, off to the races.
Yeah, I legit didn't want to go because I knew I was going to freak out, and I did freak out. I was just a mess.
He's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man. He still wanted to walk with us. He wanted to walk with us to see Brand New.
Yep. And then that one guy was like,
a fan found him and ruined my whole life, but it's fine.
Do you want a guy or a girl next?
I don't care. Surprise me.
Okay. Because I wrote them in order. It just happened to be, like, a lot of girls.
Yeah.
First.
No, yeah.
Okay. So the next one is a woman.
Uh-huh.
And I love her.
Uh-huh.
It's Adele.
I love her.
Hello from the other side.
Sang it, girl.
Well, that's what the ghost was saying.
I really want a side of pies. Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Hey.
But she did an interview for, I guess, The Sun, which is England newspaper or whatever. But she was terrified of a new house that she bought. Okay. So, she was scared of strange noises during the night after she spent $6 million on a mansion in Sussex, England. It's 25 acres, 10 bedrooms, and she bought it in 2012. Well, she was so creeped out that she never slept. She learned that the place used to be a convent, which adds to a whole different level of its creepy factor. According to a source, she was so excited to be in this lavish property, but it turned out to not be so happily after all. She was convinced it was haunted, and she knows about its religious history, and it's such a big place to be on your own in the dead of night, she ended up hiring security.
Yeah.
So it never really got into what she was experiencing, but I know, like, when I walk close to a church, I'm like, it's getting hot. Like,
she's sizzling.
Yeah, it's like, whoo, things are happening, or as Sarah's shirt would say, it's lit!
It's lit.
Oh my God. I know. Well, there was one instance where me and Mom and Dan were going to church for like an event or whatever. Okay. And I made the joke as we were walking up. I was like, oh, Dan, it's getting so hot. It's getting hot. And he was like, don't stand next to me because he thought I was going to smoke to you. He's like, goodbye.
Oh, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
How's it going, man? We love you, dude.
You're goofy.
You want to get into some hot guys?
Yeah.
How about, like, Maroon 5 hat?
Ooh, Adam.
Well, when I saw this, I was like, well, Adam Levine has to be into this kind of stuff because he was in the episode of American Horror Story. So, apparently, mainly this is more about James, the guitarist.
Oh, okay.
James Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
The source of this was A&E's Private Sessions in 2008 and People magazine. So, the guys from Maroon 5 recorded their song, It Won't Be Soon Before Long, which I don't think I know that song. Do you?
No, I don't think so.
But whenever they recorded this song, they stayed in Harry Houdini's last home in Los Angeles.
Oh.
So the house is apparently known to be haunted. And James was the only one who stayed there the entire time that they were, I guess, recording this song. But he wasn't alone in, like, what he had experienced. So one night, he says, I was there with my girlfriend at the time, and we were about to go to bed. She went upstairs, and there was a hallway that went halfway up to the second and third floors. When I looked up, I saw someone walking up, and no one was there but us. But he wasn't the only one that had that same experience. Some of the guys later made the same claim of seeing this man on the stairs. But James said it must have been like a kind spirit because he never got any bad vibes from it. So, I'm going to drink my wine. If I was staying in Harry Houdini's house, would I think that it's a ghost, or is he just doing magic tricks in the afterlife?
Illusions.
You know what I'm saying? Did he, like, leave behind some, like, magician energy, and it's like, my coolest trick is that you can see me on the stairs. That, I guess, is his last trick. Left a version of himself in the house.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I thought so, too. Well, because, I mean, when you think magicians and all this, you're like, oh, it's a trick, but it's like a play on your eyes. But can ghosts play tricks?
Yes.
That I believe.
Totes.
Totes my ghost. I really wish he would have made, like, a more of a spectacle, I guess. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This thing is... Hold on. Well, I guess we're back from commercial break. That was really weird. Okay, so ghosts are interfering with
that
our
was
recording.
super strange. We were literally just talking up a storm, and she looks at the laptop and says, it just stopped recording on me, and it's never done that. That is creepy.
Yeah, it just straight up, like, cut off.
Creepy.
I'm gonna try to live my life. You know, I have to sleep. I don't know why we decided to do this at night.
We could have done this on a day, but...
No. Well...
defeats the whole purpose of being spooky, guys.
Yes. Okay, so we got so many more to get through. Okay, we were just talking about her. Ra ra ah 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 Okay, so we all know Lady Gaga is kind of extreme.
Oh yeah.
So it's Lady Gaga, and she was telling Harper's Bazaar, and I don't know why they're all in the freaking UK. Is like all of England like just haunted?
Maybe they're most interested in this stuff. Maybe I need to go to the UK. I've been trying to move to Canada, but now I might need to move to the UK.
I've been trying to move to London. Hey, hot British boys. But no, like, because I know what the company that we work for has graphic design openings in London.
Cool.
So I'm thinking about applying. But I really want to move to Nashville.
Yes.
Like, so bad.
And that is where she will find her newfound appreciation for country music.
We'll see. We shall see.
I'm telling you.
Okay, well, we're going to get back to Lady Gaga because country music ain't happening.
Okay.
So, Lady Gaga, already extreme.
Yeah.
Gaga has said that she has a male ghost named Ryan who follows her around.
It has a name.
I know. And Ryan, of all names. Hey, Ryan, what's up, man?
It just sounds like being Bob. I'm like,
yeah.
Bob, Ryan. Weird ghost names.
See, we have an IT guy named Ryan. We're always like, Ryan, come fix our shit. Well, she does not feel the same way about Ryan.
Okay.
She is scared of this spirit, but mostly annoyed that he just won't leave her the hell alone. Her words, he hasn't been doing anything too violent or scary, but she is freaked out by his presence.
Wait, can I pause you?
Every time.
I think I've heard a story about her. Does it have to do with her underwear?
No, but please tell this story.
No, finish yours first, and we'll go back.
I am curious about the underwearly ghost story.
Does it have to do with her underwear? Okay, God.
Okay. I'm nervous to move on because I really just want to hear more about the weird underwear
story. Okay, well,
story.
In her book, I believe, I could be wrong, I could be totally, my silly stick could be kicking in. However, I'm pretty sure I read in there that she had a ghost and it kept messing around in her underwear drawer, and her underwear would be, like, tossed out of her drawer.
Ooh,
and only that.
That is weird. I don't know. Like, what I found, they didn't go into detail about Ryan.
Okay.
Basically, it just said that she was annoyed and, like, spooked by him. So, you want to hear what she did to remedy the situation?
Sure.
She held a seance to try and get rid of him. She reportedly dropped $47,000. Let me repeat that. $47,000 on ghost finding equipment, like EMF detectors or electromagnetic field sweepers, to remove this evil spirit and other bad energy. No word on whether Ryan was successfully busted.
Oh my god.
I don't know. But she also has another fun ghost story, which this would apply more to the underwear situation.
Okay.
Because she believes that the ghost of fashion designer Alexander McQueen inspired her to write her smash single, Born This Way.
Oh.
I think he's up in heaven with fashion strings in his hand, marionetting away, planning this whole thing, she said. I didn't even write the fucking song. He did. Am I right?
Wow.
I mean, can he, like, use those puppet strings and, like, I don't know, make me win the lottery? Or, like, I mean, shit, like, my style could use a good update. Am I right?
You could write her a song.
I mean, we are sitting here in sweatpants and leggings, and I'm not gonna lie, I still got my socks on, which I know is so sexy.
Just hey, socks are cozy.
They are.
This is a cozy fall evening. We live in Florida. It doesn't feel like fall. I'm just gonna really will it to life, okay?
Yeah, it was 72 degrees today.
I just want to wear a damn sweater. Sweater Sarah is the best Sarah.
Sweater Sarah is the best Sarah. But the funny thing, though, is that you claim to not like Christmas, yet you're the one that's wearing all the Christmas shit before Christmas.
I enjoy oversized sweaters, so any chance I can get to do that, and if it has to be frickin' Christmas...
Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Head in the... Okay. That was for Erica. Erica Love.
Yes.
Do you remember when I loved that? R.I.P. to my youth. You call this the funeral. Okay, let's...
That was my jam.
Speaking of other jams.
Okay.
I used to love me some Kesha.
Kesha, is she haunted?
1000%. You're gonna love this story. So, she told Ryan Seacrest, Conan, and Jimmy Kimmel this story. So, when her haunting began, it was just a creepy feeling. She would always try and get her friends to stay the night because she was nervous. She was in a house that they were flipping. So, she was like, it was already kind of like they were messing with the energy of the place.
Interesting, because it's like the Haunting of Hill House.
Renovating the house, flipping it for sale.
Yeah,
so she was staying
they're
in this house.
messing things up.
But she was like, if people are here, it won't be as scary and nothing's going to happen. So one thing ended up leading to another before she ended up claiming that her vagina was haunted.
What?
Okay. She claims that her vagina was haunted at one point because she began to have sex with ghosts, which inspired her song Supernatural.
I don't think I know that song.
I don't either, but I'm actually curious and want to hear it after.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Okay. She says, I had a couple of experiences with the supernatural, or, as she said on other shows, I did go to the bone zone with a ghost. Y'all, it's in quotes.
I am dead.
I don't know his name, but he was a ghost, and I'm very open to it. He just started caressing me. It was a sexy time. It wasn't like sex.
What?
So, I mean, I've heard of other celebrities because I love that celebrity ghost stories and like
Bobby Brown was one of them.
So
and he's
was
crazy.
So was Anna Nicole Smith.
Okay, she's crazy too.
Coco from Ice-T Loves Coco or whatever.
She's crazy too.
And Lucy Liu.
Oh, now that's a shocking one. Like the other ones, yeah, I can expect them to say some weird shit like that, but
yeah. So not only is she haunted, but her vagina was haunted. Sorry, Mom. And And she was having sex with ghosts. Okay, so I listened to ghost podcasts.
Uh-huh.
And there was an episode, I believe it was of Two Girls, One Ghost.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking about, sexual encounters and succubus and things like that. If y'all want more on that, I can add a link somewhere. But basically it's these ghosts that do come back to Earth to have sex with humans and things like that. It's a demonic thing. But there are people that are actually open to the idea and enjoy it. And there's one lady, I believe she's in the UK. I don't know for sure. But she wants to have a baby with the ghost that she sees.
Has she seen American Horror Story? Do not have a double baby.
Yes. Oh my god, have you watched the new season?
No, I have not watched any of it.
It's so good. I'm caught up.
I'm gonna binge it.
You're gonna love it. Ugh. It's good. Because I was nervous about how they were gonna combine all the stories into one. Mm-hmm. But the way they did it was really creative.
Yeah.
I like it. Because at first I was like, this is gonna be fucking weird. Okay. So, goodbye, Kesha and your haunted vagina. I don't want one of those.
Crazy girl, me either.
This next one is really short, but it's just a feeling that she got. It's Rihanna.
Ooh, my girl.
She told Rolling Stone that she stays the hell away from Los Angeles' famed Chateau Marmont. Is that how you say it?
Chateau Marmont. Mm-hmm.
Because she thinks it's totally haunted. You can feel it, man. It's borrowed space.
Whoa.
Yes. So I'm curious I don't know if any of my haunted podcasts or whatever have done anything on it, but I'm curious and I'm going to be looking into that. If you know any stories about it, hit us up. Let us know. I mean, cool. Sarah wants to read all kinds of crazy stories.
I do. Give me everything.
So I know that these haven't gotten totally spooky yet, but this next one might be a little weird.
Okay.
And it's the person that I was talking about before, who's actually also on American Horror Story.
Oh.
Her brother was on Big Brother. And I think that she is haunted after this experience because nothing has gone right.
Ariana?
It's Ariana Grande.
Oh my god.
So she did an interview with, I guess it's Complex Magazine. Uh-huh. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was already obsessed with ghosts and spirits, kind of like us. She was just curious, But she had gone on a ghost hunt for fun. And her by far craziest experience was being in the presence of a demon at Stoll Cemetery.
Where's that?
It is in Kansas City. Okay.
Wow.
So basically she went to she did this interview and she was asked if she had ever seen an alien, which we would all kind of laugh off and whatever, but that's a whole nother episode. Because I fucking believe in aliens. I mean, I believe in all of it. I don't experience it myself, but I do believe that there are bigger and crazier things.
Totally.
So, but she was like, no, not an alien, but I have had a ghost/demon experience. We were in Kansas City a few weeks ago and went to this haunted castle and were so excited. The next night, we wanted to go to Stoll Cemetery, which is known as an urban legend to be one of the 7 gates of hell on Earth. The Pope won't even fly over it, which I thought was so crazy.
What?
She was like, I felt this sick, overwhelming feeling of negativity in the whole car, and we smelled sulfur, which is a sign of a demon, and there were also flies in the car, no windows down.
What?
Which is another sign of a demonic presence.
Yeah.
So she was like, this is scary, let's get the F out of here, man. Rolled down the window before we left and said, we apologize. We did not mean to disrupt your peace. Then I took a picture, and there are 3 super distinct faces in this picture. They were the faces of textbook demons. Which, they're textbook demons?
Yeah.
But there are pictures?
No.
No.
Yeah, they've got names. They look, a lot of them look like goblins, you know?
Or the ram's
or gargoyle
or whatever.
People, yeah. They're spooky as hell.
Do you need a refill?
I do. I'm gonna go get one.
Commercial break. Throw that bad boy to the top.
Yeah.
Woo!
Anyway.
Okay, so back to Ariana Grande. There's actually a little bit more to the story.
Okay.
So, the faces of textbook demons, which we just found out there are textbook demons. Mm-hmm. She deleted the picture, and the next day, she tried to send the picture to her manager, and it said, this file can't be sent. It's 666 megabytes. I'm not kidding, she said. I used to have a folder called Demons that had pictures with all the screen caps in it, but then weird things started to happen to me, so I deleted it. She then goes on to explain more terrifying things that started to happen to her, but they did not include it in that article. So, with all the stuff with Mac Miller, and then she just broke off her engagement with, what was it, Pete something?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Aww.
You know, I think she has shit luck. And the Red Devil cut her in American Horror Story. Chanel number 2.
And Scream Queens.
That's it. I was the American Horror Story. I love that show. I love that show. I thought it was so good.
I didn't watch it. I watched maybe with you actually, a couple episodes of it.
I thought it was so funny. Because it wasn't scary. It was just silly.
Yeah.
But I liked it. But yeah, so obviously she's haunted.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And she's got so many things going on. It's like...
And she's related to Frankie. Poor thing. No, I liked him until he started getting caught in all his lies on...
He's just a little bit crazy.
The next one is more for you than it is for me.
Oh.
Who is the one band that you like that I'm not a fan anymore?
Other than Pretty Reckless.
It's Taylor Momsen.
Oh my god, see, it's so weird because the people that you're naming, most of them have kind of gone off the deep end a little bit at one point. Especially her. And Kesha did. And Demi.
And Ariana Grande's having trouble. Rihanna got beat up by Chris Brown.
And these girls and guys fucking ghosts, they're crazy.
Yep. Oh. So, Taylor Momsen, Demi. Mm-hmm. This happened to her when she was younger. Okay. So, not only has she claimed to see a ghost, but she has pictures to prove it. Which is kind of crazy because Ariana Grande was like, screw that, I'm deleting it. Which, smart, her said 666. But her mom grew up in Devil's Lake, North Dakota.
Okay. Already. Devil's Lake? What?
Yep. So, her next door neighbor had died. The lady supposedly was really wealthy, and all of her belongings ended up being put in a museum. So, Taylor went ghost hunting and took pictures and talked to her. Doesn't say what they talked about.
The ghost talked to her?
Yeah, or Taylor talked to the ghost.
Oh.
There are actually 2 images that she took. One of a hand on a typewriter, and one of her entire body in a window.
What?
Right?
Where are these pictures?
I know. I need to get on there and find them so I can post them.
Yeah.
I have another question though.
Okay.
Do you believe in life after death?
Is it Cher?
It is.
What is Cher? Who is Cher?
I'm now Alex Trebek.
Yes.
But she thinks that her late husband Sonny, who died in 1998, is haunting her to this day. That phone.
Okay, so her house phone is ringing, and it doesn't really ring. It doesn't ring often, right?
It doesn't, but now with all the political stuff going on, everyone's trying to get everyone to vote, so they're calling at 8 o'clock at night.
Look, when her house phone rings, I get scared. Because house phones don't exist anymore, so when a house phone is being called, I expect it to be a ghost.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie? You know?
I'm just gonna drink about it.
I'm panicking.
Is it still ringing?
No, thank goodness.
Okay. But yeah, so Cher thinks that her late husband, Sonny, who died in 1998, is still haunting her because he turns lights on and off in the house, but she thinks it's playful. And she's like, it's him. I don't mind it. I love ghosts. I have a beautiful chandelier that he playfully makes the lights go on and off when it's impossible because there is no power on. But she is similar to you when she says this. I love ghosts. I prefer ghosts to some people.
Same.
What does that say?
Where am I? Same, Cher, same. Same, Cher, same. I literally didn't even read that.
I know, because I left it in there because I was like, You know, I was thinking that too, but I was like, I know that Sarah's just going to say this, and I'm not going to have to do it.
Same chair, same. I literally felt that.
Love your hair, hate your guts. No, I'm just kidding. I love Cher. I love Cher. But I thought that was so funny. You're like, it's like,
Same.
So, who else we got on here? We've got LaToya Jackson, which I guess is Michael Jackson's sister. She often feels her late brother Michael Jackson's presence in their childhood home in Encino. It's the strangest thing because you feel something like thick around you or behind you, and you're wondering because you don't see anything, but you feel it. She has also claimed that a security guard had heard tap dancing coming from Michael's old room. When he told me, I said, "You're kidding." That made me want to know even more about hearing someone tap dance over a certain part of the house. And I go, well, Michael used to do that every Sunday for 2 hours. We go up there to investigate, and there's no one up there, but we could still hear the tap dancing.
Whoa.
The dog constantly barks at this room and the window every single night at the same time. The dog doesn't even know that that's Michael's room, and the security guard also had no idea.
Whoa.
So, I mean, I guess he's still...
Yeah, he's dancing it up.
Yes, killing it.
Go ahead.
You'll like this one.
Okay.
It's Kendrick Lamar.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
I know you do. So, according to Rolling Stone and GQ magazine, Kendrick Lamar has been visited in his sleep by the ghost of the legendary Tupac.
What?
I mean, I didn't make it up, but maybe Rolling Stone or GQ did. Just kidding. Don't sue me.
No, sponsor her.
That's not what she said. So, he explains, and again, these are in his words, and I'm a basic white girl, so just don't judge me. I remember being tired, tripping from the studio, lying down and falling into a deep sleep and seeing a vision of Pac talking to me. Weirdest shit ever. I'm not huge on superstition and all that crazy shit. I just wanted to make it clear that it was so crazy.
Wow.
It can make you go nuts. Hearing somebody that you looked up to for years saying, "Don't let the music die," and hearing it clear as day, like he's right there, but he's just a silhouette. He said, "Keep doing what you're doing and don't let my music die."
Whoa.
Right?
Whoa.
Whoa!
Kendrick, keep his music alive. I love him.
Yes. I knew you did.
That's cool.
Yeah. So not all of these are like spooky or scary.
Yeah.
It's people
just
that are having
encounters and experiences.
Yes. There's also Selena Gomez. Who, like us...
She's going through some things. She, checked herself into the mental hospital.
What?
Yeah, she's having an episode. She's having, a breakdown.
Isn't it because Bieber's married now or getting married or...
I don't think... Well, I don't know. Let me call her and ask her.
Okay, cool. Selena, can you call into the hotline?
Selena.
1-800-Moe Convo.
We're here.
It actually works.
Weird, creepy things are happening again.
I mean, it's because we're talking about ghosts and people that are struggling, and Ariana Grande is seeing demons and shit. I have sage for the room.
Oh, good.
So I'll sage.
Perfect.
I don't play. So Selena Gomez, like us, believes in ghosts. So much so that she has a ghost app on her phone. But according to this, she hasn't experienced anything. She just likes the app and, quote unquote, detects paranormal presences. It doesn't say anything about what happened to her other than the app has said names and people in her life, of people in her life. So
that's interesting.
I went on a haunted ghost tour a couple years ago in St. Augustine, which St. Augustine is crazy haunted.
Right.
But they were like, yeah, you can download this app on your phone and it will speak to you. It'll tell you things, kind of like a spirit box. And basically what a spirit box does, for those of you at home that don't know, it's basically a radio that picks up frequencies, and it will use the channels to form spirit thought or spirit interaction into words so that you can understand them. Oh. And it's really creepy because it's almost like Stephen Hawking, Microsoft voice. So it's definitely got a creep factor to it, and I know a lot of paranormal investigators use it, but I don't always trust an app on my phone.
Yeah.
like that. I don't
Sure.
know. So I feel like she likes it, but doesn't experience much.
Right.
However, Lord did.
Lord.
I'm gonna need her to come out with some new shit. I like Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't too terrifying. She just basically was in the recording studio and made a cryptic tweet in about I think it was 2014. But it says, "The ghosts in the studio don't want us to record tonight. They keep leaving their ghost hum on everything. Buzz." Which I thought was like, that's kind of cool. I mean, because I have heard of, I went to Memphis with my family, and we went to Sun Studio, which is supposedly haunted, but also in Memphis, it's either Memphis or Nashville, but it's the RCA studio where apparently Elvis visits. So you think about it, it's a place where people create and put a lot of energy into something. So it doesn't surprise me that it holds on to something like that.
Right.
And then too, I watch a lot of ghost shows and things like that. And I remember it's always like a lot of like restaurants or recording studio or something, but the ghost will like talk over, and especially if you have like recording equipment in the room, like they will catch other noises where they're like, where did this come from? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ryan Seacrest and American Idol, the house where they host the contestants apparently is haunted. Which I thought was kind of cool. It's a 9-bedroom Bel Air mansion where the Idol contestants were once housed, but apparently they're not the only ones living there. It's also occupied by long gone tenants, according to season 8's, I'm probably going to butcher this, Anoop Desai. Is that right?
I don't know who that is, but sure.
Anoopdesai.
Totally Anoop Desai, but I'm not sure who that is.
And season 10 runner-up Lauren Elena and James Durbin Durbin says this. "I saw something white that looked like an arm." And he told this to People magazine of what he found in the garage. I don't know what the house looks like, but I need to get on there and see. But basically, me and Pia were upstairs and the doors flew wide open. We were watching a scary movie. We were watching a scary movie before that and were, of course, already freaked out. But in 2011, the mansion sold for $11.2 million.
Oh.
So whoever has the Idol mansion now is probably dealing with
some ghostly things.
Some other people.
Interesting.
Alice Cooper is haunted, which I saw this on Celebrity Ghost Stories, and I tried to go back to rewatch the episode because I vaguely remember it, but of course you think Alice Cooper, you think all the scary shit,
right?
Just because of who he is and how he portrays himself. But basically, according to this article, and which it's similar to what I remember, but we're gonna go with what I have in front of me. So he felt a poltergeist, which I thought was like, you don't hear much about poltergeists anymore because everyone's always like they could debunk it or whatever. But in 1984, Alice Cooper wrote a song with Joe Perry at an old house in New York when a poltergeist started to mess with them. Every time I would put something down, I'd go into the other room and begin to unpack my bag, go to place something else, I'd come back and everything was in another place.
Oh no.
It was more playful than scary, but it still was creepy knowing that something else was in the room. We were both just out of rehab, so we figured we were just coming back down and we were insane. But then I told my manager, who actually owned the house, "What's up with your house in Copiac?" And he said, "Oh, the guy who wrote Amityville Horror lived there."
Oh my god.
Which Amityville Horror is based on a true story to begin with. But then again, when you think about too, the energy he put into making a horror movie, horror story, whatever, you take that shit with you, you know?
Yeah.
Now we're getting into all the guys. So apparently, the Beatles are also haunted.
Ooh.
Which, I mean, who doesn't love the Beatles? Mm-hmm. So when Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison were recording Lennon's song "Free as a Bird" in 1995, they all sensed the playful spirit of John Lennon during the sessions. Oh. Paul McCartney claims there were a lot of strange goings-on in the studio, noises that shouldn't have been there, and equipment doing all manners of weird things. There was just an overall feeling that John was around.
Wow.
Which I've actually heard this before. Paul McCartney had also claimed, and I don't have this written down, but Paul McCartney had also claimed that when he was writing other things, he would get approval. I don't remember if it was like in his dreams or it was like a sense he got, but that John was like, yay or nay, basically. So apparently John's still around. I've also got stories of ghosts that come back, and John's in there somewhere.
Wow.
So we'll get to that. I care about this guy. We were talking about him earlier. It's Posty.
I was going to say, is it Post? Like...
Okay, Post Malone actually went on a podcast and was talking about, experiences that he'd had and everything. But we're going to talk about the most recent, which I don't even have to look at paper for this because it just happened. But basically, Zach Baggins is one of the hosts of Ghost Adventures, and he also has a haunted museum full of like all these artifacts. Well, I don't know if you saw this episode with me of Paranormal Witness, where they talk about the Dybbuk box.
I don't recall.
Okay, so basically the Dybbuk box is a haunted wine cabinet from the Holocaust.
Oh.
Okay, so it was these like three ladies who were doing, because seances were popular back then, so they had been doing seances and apparently had unleashed some kind of demon. And they tried to lock this demon in a box. So at the time they had this wine cabinet and they put weird things in the box. It was like a lock of hair, goblet, like a wine goblet, piece of granite that had shalom and written in Hebrew on it. I mean, I can't remember, like a penny, I think, and some other like weird items. Well, basically this guy went to a like foreclosure auction and bought a crate full of items, and the girl whose grandmother owned the items was like, oh, I see you bought the Dybbuk box. So he was like, I'm Jewish. Like, I know that they say Dybbuks are like a spirit that is kind of like Santa Claus and Krampus, like where it's like to kind of keep children in line, is what he understood about it. So she was like, don't open the box. Grandma never let us open the box. So he was like, oh, whatever, and like kind of shook it off. Took it back. He actually owned an antique store. Took it back to the antique store and just didn't heed her advice and opened this box. And found all the items in the box. And one of his coworkers, someone he had worked for him, basically went down to the basement where he kept all the stuff and was like cleaning out the box and whatever he had down there. And he's like, I'm going to clean out the box and give it to my mom for her birthday. Well, she went down there and lights started breaking, and she was like, it was freaky, and she got locked down there while he was out. And his phone died when she called. So he's like, oh, I'm coming back. And she quit that day. She's like, I'm never coming back. I'm never working for... And he was like, I'm upset because she was such a good worker.
Right.
So then he ends up giving the box to his mom for her birthday, like he had planned. And she's sitting in the store, and she has a stroke. Because she's looking at it, and she's like, it was like the box was staring at me. The box was looking at me, and it just screamed evil, 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 evil. And she had a stroke, and all she could say was, box bad, or something along those lines, like box bad. So he was like, screw it, I'm gonna try and sell the box. So he sold it to a couple other people, but they always brought the box back to the antique shop. One lady, or one person that bought the box, left it on the doorstep and left a note that said, this has an evil presence about it, an evil energy about it. So he's like, I've got to figure out more about what's going on with this box. But he decided to take it home. So he started having these dreams about like a hag, and he's like, I was walking with someone that I trusted and I knew, and whatever, and it was always a woman, and then all of a sudden she would turn into like the most hideous hag I've ever seen, and she would scratch me and whatever, and he would wake up with like scratches and bruises and whatever. So he decides to sell the box on eBay, but responsibly, he's like, this box is haunted, and he put on there like, his experiences and things like that, so that the person that bought the box was not unaware of like how evil this box was. So a college student buys the box for like, what is it? It was like $75 on eBay. And he's like, I'm going to buy the box and whatever. Well, the college student starts having technical difficulties with his computer. He starts losing his hair. He's not sleeping. He's dreaming of hads. There are flies in the house. The house smells like urine.
Holy shit.
And his roommates are like, fuck this. Get this box out. He scares people with it at a party and stuff. And he's like, everyone's like, get rid of the box. So the kid puts it back up on eBay, and a professor at a university buys it because he's like, I'm a scientist. I want to, maybe not a scientist, but he's like a professor. He wants to figure out what's going on. Maybe it's like, you know, it's got, like, some kind of bacteria on it, like, making people sick or make people hallucinate, whatever. So the guy at the university buys this box, and everyone's having technical difficulties with their computers, like, all their research is going missing, the lights are going out, like, all kinds of crazy shit is happening with everywhere this box goes. He tested it, there was, like, wax on there, so it was obviously used for, like, ceremony. Then he starts having problems. His son sees this, like, crazy mist in the room. Like, there's so much shit that goes on with this box. Somehow, like, last I heard before the whole Post Malone situation was that the box was put in a, like, undisclosed area where, like, no one could get to it because a lot of people wanted their hands on this box. Mm-hmm. So somehow Zach Baggins gets this box, which I'm with some of my paranormal podcast people, like, I'm not a huge fan. But anyway, he ends up with this box. So I guess he's friends with Post Malone and brings Post Malone into this room where you can actually be in the presence of the box. But, you know, like, they say, like, don't touch it. Like, this thing could follow you home. Mm-hmm. And there's security footage of... Hold on, I need to sip my Bud Light because I'm still struggling. But basically, he walks in. Cheers.
Cheers.
Post Malone and Zach Baggins walk into the room with the Dybbuk box, and it's like CV footage. Yeah. So they walk in the room and they're talking about something, and I guess, like, Post Malone touches the box and freaks, and they run out of the room. So after that, Post Malone's airplane had trouble. And I guess it was like the wheels would come down.
So this is caused by that box?
The Dybbuk box.
Get out of here.
Apparently some other things happened to him. I don't know all the details.
Yeah, his house got broken into, but it was his old house, but they thought that it was his recent house.
Yep.
He got a car accident, like a really bad car accident, all right after the plane situation.
And that was right after he touched the Dybbuk box.
They also say that the Illuminati is trying to get him, but he just keeps surpassing them.
I mean... I get that too.
It's possible.
It is possible.
Shout out.
But yeah, so basically, Post Malone touches this Dybbuk box and it goes to shit for him. So, and I'm like, I need my wine on a rack, not in a cabinet. So we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Oh, I do have one on here that I had to include just because she was obsessed with a Ouija board.
Oh.
Sherry Curie, the front woman of the Runaways.
Okay.
She had several strange experiences with a Ouija board, which she claims sent her into fits of rage if anyone tried to take it away from her. I wanted to reach out to the other side, but wish I hadn't. Something had attached itself to me, and I was not myself.
Oh, no.
She attributes her lashing out towards her family as a direct result of whatever spirits came through the Ouija board.
Whoa.
Okay, so they say that there are ways to use the Ouija board safely, and I mean, I believe that too, but I'm too afraid.
I think you just never know what you're gonna get.
Unleash.
Like, you could get nothing, you could get something.
Yeah.
And you're never guaranteed if it's good or bad or nothing, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of chances to take.
Well, Eric and I bought you a Ouija board for Christmas a couple years ago, and we went to Cocoa Beach for the Bastard Sons for their New Year's Eve thing, and you went to sleep or something.
Oh, I passed out in my dress and hat and shoes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and Eric and I went down to the beach.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna take our Jack Daniels with us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play with the Ouija board on the beach. Well, Eric, like, cause I can't see well anyway to begin with. But I remember Eric, we were sitting on the beach, like, asking the board, like, to talk to us, and nothing happened. But Erica kept saying there was, like, a couple staring at us. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know if it was because I couldn't see.
Right.
Or what.
But when you're on the beach at night, shadows are crazy anyway.
Yeah.
So it could have been a crazy shadow, or it could have been someone.
I mean, Erica, call into the hotline. I didn't see anything myself, but she was like, "Do you see?" And I'm like, A, we had been drinking all night.
Right.
It was New Year's Eve.
Absolutely.
B, I can't see in the dark. Like, I can't see. But they always say, like, when shadows are shadows, they're darker than the dark.
Right.
I couldn't see anything.
That's true.
So, I mean, I've been really fortunate and haven't totally experienced anything. Like, I think there are, like, things that are happening, but maybe I'm not open enough, which I don't want to be open enough. Right. I'm fine with it. That are happening around me, and I just don't see them. Do you want to tell the people about your ghost experience in Chicago?
Sure. Okay, so we went to Chicago it was my first time in Chicago. Was it your first time in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was all of our first times in Chicago. We went to go to the Lollapalooza Music Festival.
Woo woo! So much fun.
And we stayed
The Congress Plaza.
at the Congress Plaza. And unbeknownst to me, and I think unbeknownst to you too, right? Or had you already looked it up?
I looked it up, but we weren't staying on a quote-unquote haunted floor.
Okay, so Morgan had done her research, and this hotel was haunted. I didn't know it was haunted until I get there, and it just freaking looks haunted. Like, the elevators are gold and, like, fancy and just look like old school.
Like Tower of Terror.
Like Tower of Terror type shit. Yeah, it was scary. So then, we get to our room, and I just know this place is haunted, and then Morgan decides to disclose her information about, yeah, this hotel's really haunted. Coming from the girl who's scared of her own shadow, I'm like, what do you have me staying in? So, we have a nice bellhop. I mean, this hotel is awesome. It was super nice, but it just seemed like old school, I'm in a scary movie type shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's a huge space under the door, like, so, you could slip things underneath, and I did not know why there was a huge space, but we asked the bellhop, right? And what did he tell us?
So, basically, what he said was that it was so that energy could escape rooms.
Energy could escape rooms, and probably so that we could, like, if we were locked in there, that they could get to us, maybe, by slipping something under the door. I honestly don't know, but it was for a spooky reason.
It was. We also got locked in the elevator.
Okay, moving on. Yes, we have a spooky room. This hotel is 1,010% haunted. So, we get on the elevator to go down to the lobby, and a whole bunch of people decide to pile in. Which already, I have anxiety as it is, but I was having massive anxiety. But, I was still chill. Well, we get to the bottom, and these motherfuckers decide to, like, jump and hop, and suddenly we're stuck in this elevator. So, being stuck in an elevator is scary as it is. Being stuck in a haunted elevator hotel is, like, really terrifying. And I've got these huge drunk men in there just being crazy, but they're passing out Jello shots.
Jello shots and acid gummy bears.
Oh, my God, I forgot about the acid gummy bears.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm, like, about to have a freak out. Well, then Morgan looks at me and goes, I'm about to start panicking. I'm like, oh, my God, please don't panic.
And I don't panic like that often.
Right. But when she does, it's going to be bad. So I'm like, they better get us the fuck out of this elevator. Finally, they get us out of this elevator, and when they open the doors, we have been pushed down further than the ground floor to where we had to, like, climb up out of the elevator. It was terrifying.
It really was.
So Morgan did some research later on, or she heard on a podcast about it. Yeah, so this bitch is 1,010% haunted. The elevator is one of the most haunted spaces. One of the floors is one of the most haunted. We didn't stay on it.
I can't remember exactly which floor it is. I want to say it was like maybe the 12th floor. It was, because I remember being like, that's my only number. So the 12th floor is reportedly one of the most haunted floors.
Like the most active.
And then 2, there is report that whenever they were building the extensions of the hotel, that someone got, like, accidentally buried into the wall alive, and it's reported that you will see him trying to grab out of the wall.
Which brings us to our next bit. Oh my God!
I was sleeping, Erica was kicking me, and I had no idea that this was happening until we got in the car on the way back to Jacksonville, Florida, which was a 14-hour drive?
Yeah.
But still.
And it was a rough 14 hours because A, I was traumatized, B, I was trying to recover from life at a festival, a 3-day festival. Okay, so basically, this was our last night there, our last festival night.
I love our last night. Continue.
Oh my God. So, I left early. I walked over. Our hotel actually happened to be right across from the grounds of the festival, which was really awesome. I know Chicago is not the safest area, but it was really dope to be able to walk just across the street to our hotel.
And to the Bean. We were able to walk to the Bean.
So, I get into the hotel, and I'm exhausted, and I'm feeling kind of sick, just because it was, like, day 3, and my body was like, Sarah, you're shutting down, you have to stop. So, I went to the hotel, took a shower, got in bed, and I'm freezing. Like, I'm freezing to death, shivering, and I'm like, I don't know if it's from partying too hard, and I have, like, party chills, or, if this freaking hotel is cold, like, I just don't know. So, I turned the air off. And I'm like, if they're hot when they get here, they can turn it back on. Hopefully I'll be asleep, whatever, Turn the air off. I'm still shivering, and I'm just, like, shaking under my covers. Well, they come in, and I'm still awake, and everything's cool. I'm feeling better. I'm just ready to go to sleep. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're exhausted, ready to pass out. And we all pass out. We turn the lights off. Well, I can't sleep for shit. I mean, I'm tossing and turning like a mother. Like, again, I said, could have been the partying. Yeah. I don't know. But I cannot sleep. And I'm freezing. I'm just, like, freezing to death. The air is not on because you guys were cold in there.
Yeah.
But not as cold as me. And this was the night that I got the bed to myself. So I'm, like, on the left side of the room. They're on the right side. So I'm, like, looking over at them to see if they're awake because I can't fall asleep. But it's super dark, so I can't really see. And I see someone, like, waving at me. And Erica and Morgan are both in the same bed together, so I didn't know who it was. And I'm, like, waving back, like, okay, cool, they're awake. Well, then they just keep waving. And I'm like, hello? And I'm waving back. Like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? So finally, and their hands looked very white, but, I mean, it was, dark and I felt like I could, we're white girls. I figured that's just their little hand waving at me. And I'm like, you guys are fucked up. What is wrong with you? Mm-hmm. So I shine my cell phone flashlight on them, and they are both facing the wall. Neither of them are facing me, and they're passed out. Knocked out, didn't flinch from the light, nothing. So I'm about to have a for real panic attack. I start crying. I want to wake them up.
But you didn't.
Didn't wake y'all up because I think I was, like, in shock.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I was in shock. So the next morning, I tell them what happened to me, and Morgan's, like, on the verge of tears, and we're like, we gotta get out of here. I'm ready to go. Let's go. We pack up our shit.
I'm the one that did my research, and I knew that.
Right. We pack our shit up, and we get out, and the whole way home, I'm, like, head against the seat, like, trying not to vomit, and, like, no sleep at all. Still freaked out from that encounter. I know I saw a ghost at that hotel. I just know I did. It was insane.
Which, that claim of the guy, like, with the hands.
Well, yeah, when she told me that, I was like, holy shit. And I said it looked very white, and they said white gloves, right?
Yep, and it's one of their most common occurrences.
That's insane.
They always try to debunk it, though. They're like, oh, that part of the building is, like, not quarantined, but it's, like, off from, like, guests and things like that, and the elevator, I believe what happened with the elevator was that it was, like, again, like, when they were building the place, like, people kept falling down the elevator shaft. So it was, like, it was more of, like, where we fell and where we were, like, below
I feel like we were being pulled down, or, you know, and I know there were a lot of people in there, which that could debunk it, but it's just too weird.
It was
just
creepy.
too weird.
And I'm a truly mean person, like I am. I, like, waited to tell people that I had looked up, like, to see if the place was haunted.
Did.
Okay, here's my thing, though. Okay, when you're booking for a festival and you're already broke and you find a place where within walking distance where you don't have to pay for a cab and you're like, whatever, shit, if we get in trouble for, our silly sticks or whatever, which we did, had to come back to the hotel, fix it all, find out that the maid left your bowl on the bed, and then had to walk back.
Sorry, Mom.
Honestly, I was so glad I went back, though, because I put on my wellies and I was never happier.
Yeah.
But, so...
No, it was super convenient. And honestly,
really
I don't mind staying in a haunted hotel. I think it's freaking cool. Except for...
I didn't say
I just was by myself during this experience, and that is what got me. Like, if we all experienced a ghostly thing, I'd be like, bonding moment.
Yeah.
We're traumatized together. But no, it was just me.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
I believe there's also, I don't have my phone back yet, but I believe there's also CV footage that you can check out. I don't know what floor it was on, but basically this, one of the hotel guests had called the front desk and was like, I hear a woman just crying and just so loud, and the shower is on, and blah, blah, blah. So the security guard goes to check it out, and they're like, there's no one in that room. Because they actually wallpaper over some of the rooms because they don't want people to go in. So it looks like it's just the wall. Well, this room actually wasn't wallpapered or anything, but the guy went in and you can hear the showers on. Mm-hmm. No one's in the room. Mm-hmm. And you can see, like, on the footage, I just got goosebumps, like a white, like,
thing coming out.
Mist coming out of the room. And it looks like a woman.
And the guy backs up out of the room and is, like, freaked. Yeah, he's totally freaked out.
Yeah. So, I mean...
So this freaking hotel is haunted.
Yeah. And
10,000%.
And we slept there for 4 days.
At least it was the last day, because I don't know what I would have done if I had to be scared every single night.
But it was weird, though, because when you think about... Like, we're probably sharing too much in here. But when you think about the experience, because it was my birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And my birthday was that Friday, I believe. If I remember, it was either that Thursday or that Friday.
Yeah.
No, it was that Friday, because we got there, and my birthday was on the first day of the festival, and we went to the festival, and I was like, you know what, I don't feel good, I have to go back to the room, and it was my birthday, and I remember being like, I'm bummed, because we bought after-party tickets to places, and I was like, I can't go, like, I feel so sick, so I was drawn to, like, staying in that room by myself.
Right.
Then, the second night, Erica was like, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Like, I have to stay in. So, Erica stayed in on night 3. The first night we actually went out.
Oh, that's right.
The second night I was like, I don't feel good, and it was my birthday. Mm-hmm. The third night, Erica was like, I don't feel good. Yeah. I'm staying in, and we stayed out. Mm-hmm. Then on the last night, you were like, I don't feel good. I'm going back to the room, and I'm going to stay. And then Erica and I showed up later.
That's just so
weird. It was like the whole time we were there, like we were all affected in different ways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, we said it before, like, I'm a believer, but at the time, I didn't tell people that the place was, like, crazy haunted.
Yeah.
So, just because I didn't want people to back out. I know that's super selfish, but I'm just saying. But yeah, so, we've actually been recording for a while.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read a little bit about some... Oh, so there are a couple other stories that we've been recording forever.
Yeah.
But there are a couple other people, like, if you guys want to check out that Celebrity Ghost Stories, it's a really cool show because it's people's own accounts. But some other musicians that are also haunted that we didn't get into are Marilyn Manson, which, shocker.
Right.
Sammy Hagar, Vince Neil, Sugar Ray, Taylor Hicks, Bret Michaels, Alan Thicke, Jermaine Jackson, Eddie Money, and Aaron Carter.
Nice.
Check them out. And Haley Duff.
Oh, Hillary Duff's sister? Cool.
So they all actually have stories on that Celebrity Ghost Stories if you want to go check that out.
Nice.
I believe that you can find it. I know that the first season is on Hulu. I'm thinking maybe like Amazon or iTunes probably has the other seasons. They're about like 7 seasons. But there are some people that you're like, oh my god, I would never believe that they experienced something like this. Crazy. Some other good paranormal shows to check out are Paranormal Witness, Paranormal Lockdown, Ghost Adventures. I used to love Paranormal State. I'm trying to think of like what else is out there. Some paranormal podcasts are my favorites are And That's Why We Drink and Two Girls, One Ghost. Those are some really good ones if you like the spooky stuff. Do you feel spooked?
I'm spooked.
Are you going to sleep tonight?
I'm probably going to sleep like a baby.
I'm probably not.
I'm very happy that we did this.
We did this at night. I did not think this through.
On a nice Halloween, almost Halloween-y fall night.
Girl.
We did good.
I mean, we did do good, but am I going to sleep? Since we're feeling spooked, to ease some of the tension.
Since Morgan's feeling spooked.
I'm so spooked. And I have to sleep here by myself tonight. I don't live alone.
You can call me or text me.
Call me, beat me, if you want to reach me. It's okay.
Hey.
I'm going to text you at 3 a.m. just saying definitely.
No!
But we should, there's a lot going on. Okay, I'm going to say this just because I know we're lighthearted here and it's fun and we drink at home, but please, Uber, Lyft.
Do that.
Don't risk it. There's too much
stupid.
to lose. There's a lot going on in Jacksonville this weekend, and we care about you guys. We want you guys to be safe, but we also want you to go out and have a good time. Just let loose. That's what we love to do here. We talked about our party
We're
days.
wild.
We're no Miley Cyruses, but we try.
But we're wild.
So, but yeah.
The best kind of wild.
Yes!
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Moms.
BRB.
BRB.
This is the BRB for the whole weekend. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know the BRB thing, well, find us on social media. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah.
Email us, but with a spooky story so that Sarah can read it before I open it.
Yeah.
Okay. But please be safe this weekend. Go out, listen to some live music.
Check us out on Facebook, Neon Whiskey. All of our events are on there. You can send me a friend request. You'll see how crazy I am, but I think you'll like it.
And then you have social media.
I have social media. I've got Instagram. It's Sara Too Fresh. Sara, no H, because H's are ill. Whoop whoop! I'm not on Twitter anymore, so you can't find me there. I would give you my Snapchat, but that's personal. So you can DM me on the IG, and I might give it to you.
Yes. So where can people find Neon Whiskey? On Facebook?
Neon Whiskey, we're on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, but we're not as active. Facebook has all of our events, all of our shows. We love getting posts from, fans telling us they enjoyed our show if they caught us one weekend. Come see us again. If you haven't seen us, come see us, and you will come see us again, hopefully. We're real crazy. We sing some country covers for you. We'll definitely have you dancing.
I'll be the one drinking beer because I'm just trying to...
And she says that, but she shakes her little booty sometimes, and she will do a line dance to Copperhead Road. Don't listen to her. She thinks she doesn't have a good time, but she knows she did.
No, the people at the show and the vibe and the it's so much fun. It really is.
It's fun,
and it's fun to support local music.
Yeah, totally.
I know. I feel like a lot of people, of course, listen to hear the big people that, and I say that there's Jackrabbits and Ponte Vedra Music Hall and St. Augustine Theater and things like that. Like, I know I'd name the bigger ones, but I feel like those are the ones that the mass majority.
Yeah, some of these bars, they're hidden gems. I feel like there are some talented bands out there, and even if you're just wanting to not take it too seriously and just go out there and jam, there's so many cover bands here. You will hear a song that you know and want to just jam out to it. No matter who's singing it, how it's being played, it'll be fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So let's go through some of the other stuff that's going on. This weekend. Okay, so there's a lot of music going on this week. Of course, today is Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. Please stay safe out there. I'm trying not to get into too much trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. But after that, on Thursday, November 1st, the Corbett Brothers will be at Iggy's Bar and Grill. Assuming we survive with Riot Child and Dose, Conjure, and Up From Here will be at Jackrabbits. On November 2nd, Friday, it's Cersei with Shovel to the Moon at Rain Dogs. San Holo Album 1 tour with Bank, Tosca Black, and the Nicholas at Mavericks. There's also Moon Hooch with Lay Special and Honeycomb at 1904 Music Hall. Seize the Day Tour 2018 with Black Rabbit and Phase Wave at Jackrabbits. Brett Denon with special guest Aaron Ray at Ponte Vedra Music Hall. Then on Saturday, November 3rd, Neon Whiskey will be at Whitey's Fish Camp. Bumpin' Uglies and Tropodelic with Somewhat Suitable will be at Jackrabbits. Beach 105.5 presents a salute to veterans and first responders starring David Ball and guest Pelican Creek Band. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. And they'll be at the St. Augustine Amphitheater. Billy F. Gibbons, the Big Bad Blues Tour featuring Matt Surum, Austin Hanks, and Elwood Francis will be at Ponte Vedra Music Hall. There will also be Somo and Johnny Stinson at 1904 Music Hall. Then on Sunday, November 4th, Blue October and Kitten will be at Mavericks. There's also the Sing Out Loud Festival Artist Spotlight with Peyton Lesher and Davis and the Loose Cannons at St. Augustine Amphitheater. And Afton Showcase at 1904 Music Hall. Then on Monday, November 5th, Bad Bad Hats with Party Nails will be at Jackrabbits. Stick to Your Guns, Amir, Wage War, and Sanction will be at 1904 Music Hall. Tuesday, November 6th, will be Mad Calford Improv Night at Jackrabbits. And Wednesday, November 7th, Neon Whiskey will be at Whiskey Jack's in Bay Meadows. And
Wynema, and the head cheese will be at Jackrabbits. So be sure, go check out some live music, stay safe during the holiday, and also please be sure to find everything about Moe Convo on Facebook at Moe Convo. You can find me on Instagram at Moe Convo. Also, if you have the means, please go to my Patreon page. It's going to be Patreon, patreon.com/Moe Convo. That helps me out immensely. All the funds that are received on there will be funded right back into the podcast. Also, don't forget to send your scary stories for Sarah to moconvopodcast@gmail.com.
Sarah, for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was
Stay
so fun.
spooky, girl.
Stay spooky.
And she'll be back. We have a bunch of fun episodes planned.
Totally.
So she's stuck with me. I hate to bring it to her. Speaking of saying spooky.
Bitch, I'm glad.
All right, you guys. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you in the pit.
See ya.
Cheers!